All right, you got John Boy in the house with People's Last Stand, and we're just going to talk about what's going on. And guess what? I started before it went live.
That's all
Oh
right.
my goodness!
Well, I just want to thank you for allowing me to come on your channel today, John Boy, and also to
That's all right.
thank everybody in the
I just want to
chat
thank
as
you for
well.
allowing me to come
Hey,
on
you
your
got
channel
some
today, John
background
Boy,
noise.
and also
I got nothing on.
That's all right.
I don't.
Thank everybody in
My
the
speaker's
I
off.
just want to thank you for allowing me to come
Hey,
on
you
your
got
channel
some
today,
background
John Boy,
noise.
Hold
and
on one
also
sec.
I got nothing on.
I promise. I don't.
Thank everybody in
My
the
your YouTube, yeah, your YouTube tab has got the speaker on.
got nothing on.
Take your earphones off, Larry.
Yep,
There
that
you
was
go.
me.
I told you.
No air to the brain syndrome.
Hey, Fallout Shelter, and got G Willie. How's
Gee,
it
Willie,
going?
Fallout Shelter. Hey guys,
You
glad you guys
know,
made it.
I just don't get, man. Whenever you tell the truth, they put global warming banners under your videos, or they'll put contrail banners under your videos. So you know you're telling the truth when you're getting that.
Well, they just don't want the truth to go out. They just don't want nobody to know what the hell's going on in our own country and that. That's what the problem is. They want to have everything under control, just like they're trying to have everything in control in China right now.
Well, they're one of the biggest. I don't know what you call them. They're a lab where they experiment with all that. Hey, Kelly Kibo, but they experiment with all these diseases, right? I'm wondering if they had a containment problem or if it was done on purpose.
See, and
One of
that's
the
a
two.
yeah, and see, and that's the question that everybody's asking. That same question, John Boy, because yeah, I read up on it as well too. That in that city of Wuhan, they have an infectious disease site there that they
Yep.
have the SARS and Ebola in there.
And MERS.
Yeah, and everybody knows what SARS is. SARS is pretty much the coronavirus kind of situation.
Exactly. And
It's
so
a,
is MERS.
yeah, they're
I
the
read
same
up
thing.
on it today.
Yeah, so we know that it's there, and if it started there, that's the only place it could be. But they're saying it was caused by what do they call it? People eating snakes and bats.
Yeah.
That weren't fully cooked, is what they're
They've
saying.
been doing that for centuries, man. It ain't like they just started eating bats and snakes. That's their culture. I mean, it's
Exactly.
been going on for generations.
Exactly. Yeah, it's getting rough. It's getting rough. What 63 cases? What two people already in the United States? What is that? Chicago and Seattle, where they've already come down with the virus, and then they're suspected 63 others in the United States as well.
Well, they got one in Atlanta, Georgia. They sent to Atlanta, Georgia. Was that the guy from Washington or?
I don't know. I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, there's a guy they sent to. There's one in Washington, one in Atlanta, Georgia. They sent there. I forgot. I don't know. It might have been the same Washington guy.
If they sent anybody, because it might have been Chicago, because that's the one that was the last one that they said. Last I heard last night was as they had the guy still in the hospital in Seattle.
Well, from what I've read, this thing is as contagious as the common cold. So that means sneezing, coughing, touching door handles, anything anybody has touched, sat in a chair or whatever.
Yeah,
you're gonna get. And you know what's weird to me? The coronavirus in dogs is an intestinal virus,
right?
And dogs pick it up from infected other dog species, that were infected.
Right.
And I'm thinking, all right, now how is a coronavirus a respiratory issue for humans? Genetically modified?
You
Escape
betcha.
from that lab or released from that lab? You see what I'm saying?
See, the diseases just don't happen anymore. They just don't show up like that anymore. If you go back and you do some research on it, and I know you have, John Boy, Bill Gates and these guys are all doing testing and all this stuff already. And check this out. Just the day before this coronavirus came out, he was investing money into vaccines and stuff for this. And they've been testing this stuff for quite a long time.
Well, 3 months ago, they did a scenario where they showed it starting up in Wayne Hoon and spreading across the globe or the planet or the plane or whatever it is, the
Right.
world.
Right.
And it killed 250 million people in their scenario.
Yeah. Yep.
And I just saw a thing where it said 3 out of 4 Americans could die.
Right.
I'm like, man, they are pushing, getting like, who said that in there? But pushing to get people to run to the vaccine.
Yeah. Kelly Keeble said that. Kelly Keeble
Yeah.
said that in the chat in chat just now, and you're exactly right. And it could be a psyop operation just to get us to go there and get shots. You know, first it'll be like, yeah, everybody needs to get the shots and that, and then they'll make it mandatory. But they're shutting down everything. And if it
Oh,
gets
exactly.
if that gets here in the United States, they'll do the exact same thing that China's doing right now.
Well, this is my deal. I did a live stream this morning warning about ordering stuff that's coming from daggum China. Because like I said, when I was doing motorized bicycles, everything came from Wuhan. I can't remember the other two, but they're big cities over there in China. And they
Right.
come and they'll be in a manila envelope, but it's bubble wrapped. So it's totally sealed. So all you got to do if you're trying to perpetuate this is have somebody cough in that envelope and seal it and put it in your mailbox.
Exactly. And Fallout Shelter, you're 100% right on that. I did listen to your show last night as well, too. Very good information, buddy. Very good information. And Fallout says Gates funding a study of controlled human infection model studies. One of the participants was Pyrite, which is all connected together. And if you look underneath Pyrite, Bill Gates' name, him and his wife's name, supporting this stuff. You know, and it's all falling into place, Agenda 21 falling into place, and it's hitting us good, guys. And I mean, it's going to hit good. And if it continues going the way it's going, John, you know, God forbid it gets really bad in the United States, they will have to shut down everything. And like, who was it? Somebody was saying yesterday, they even shut down McDonald's in China.
Oh,
God forbid.
goodness.
Oh my God.
That is unheard of.
I know. They even shut that down.
But
So-
guess what?
What's that?
They can, since that stuff is like the common cold and can be spread aerosol, guess where else it can come from?
Yeah.
These
The
airplanes.
spraying.
These daggum
You betcha.
airplanes that are spraying all this stuff, all they got to do is put that virus up there. That's how they spread the flu and stuff.
Oh, I was going to tell you, when you were just talking about somebody being sent to Atlanta on that, who was it? I was trying to remember who it was saying this, but the guy that's in Seattle, they're going to be releasing.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to be releasing him. So it has to be the guy from Chicago, the person in Chicago, the woman. There's the one that they may have transferred to Atlanta. Exactly, Fallout. Exactly.
Well, that's the key to it all. DNA, man. You know, I just saw a commercial for, I don't know if I should say that. Anyhow, Weight Watchers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They want to sample your DNA so they can market the food for you better. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
oh
know.
my goodness.
Oh,
what
remember-
another way to collect DNA.
Yeah, remember this, John Boy? I was telling you about this, what they sent my wife and I. And a lot of you guys, this will be the first time I've said it out loud. Only John Boy knows about it. They sent from Kaiser, my insurance, sent me. We haven't even signed up with a doctor yet or anything. And they sent 2 packages, one for my wife and one for me, for DNA testing for cancer, for colon cancer. They send us the kits. The kits. They did another way to get the DNA.
That's why they're doing this Cologuard. They'll send it to your door and you can do it in the privacy of your own bathroom. They're just collecting DNA.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
devil anus, I don't know about the student in Texas. Is there a student in Texas that's come down with it?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Texas, but I did hear that there's somebody they think might have it as well. Some other person may have gotten it as well, but I don't know. But yeah, so what do we got? We got 6 people in chat right now. Cool. That's what it's showing on my side anyway.
Well, hit that thumbs up, please.
There is. Well, it looks like they have. We got 5 thumbs up already.
Well, thank you.
We got 5 thumbs up on there. That's perfect. Perfect, guys.
Yeah, they're trying to get us any way they can, Kelly.
Yeah.
But look, you're right about that. They can enforce a mandatory shot or vaccination because you remember that come up like a year ago.
Well,
when
yeah.
they did the red flag program.
They made it law that
Yeah.
if it's something that's going to be affecting others in that, then by law they can go ahead and say you have to get this shot.
Well,
Yeah, that's just sad, man.
Alabama Heartbreakers in the house. I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, I'm not. Hey, look, I had out of the blue 2 nights ago. It was from the caller ID showed Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I answered it, and it was a what was it? Tennessee something or another. Anyhow, Department of Health doing a dadgum survey.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted to survey about my medical history or whatever, right? And I'm like, hang on. I go, you're a Tennessee surveying for medical history coming out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That doesn't make much sense in the first place. They're like,
No.
well, sir, would you take the time for this survey? And I said, no, I'm not doing your survey. I said, I haven't been a doctor in 30 years and I haven't ever got a flu shot. And I don't trust y'all's doctors or the doctors in the field because they're only looking out for their pockets and
Right.
what they can sit there and promote and make money on.
Right. It's just like a drug dealer. They're just pushing
Yeah.
the drugs. They don't have no cures for anything. Most of the stuff they don't have cures for, it's all for symptoms. That's all it is. It's sad. It really is sad that we're having to deal with this right now. And it's sad that we're going to have to continue dealing with this stuff until the people of the United States put a stop to it. You know, we need to do something to protect the citizens of the United States. Of course, our government's not doing anything. They're still waiting to get the people out of China from that are in China right now. Our government hasn't even sent them over there yet to get the people out of there.
Well, here's the problem. Their food has been wiped out in the stores because of the scare. And now
Exactly.
everybody's going to start getting, sick because they don't have enough food to eat and they're going to get, what I mean? It's just going to perpetuate.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's by design.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm trying to tell people here in America, man. You go to Walmart, 99% of the stuff in there, the products, is made in China.
It is. It
And
is.
they didn't stop sending stuff from China to the stores. They just stopped sending people out of China to here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I guess sorry about that. I got a dog barking. The wife just got home from work and they're excited to see her.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. I was hollering.
Yeah, but yeah, John, it's nuts that we're having to deal with this now. I'm telling people right now, in case it does get bad out there, to try to take steps right now to secure your home, just in case.
Yeah.
Make sure you got enough water supply. Water supply, you have to have at least enough because without water, within 3 to 4 after 3 days, you could die. That's priority. Get yourself some water. Get yourself some masks. Get yourself some food. Make sure you have some in the house just in case you are tied down to your home. You got to do what you have to do. It's nuts. But yeah, so this is all just working right on schedule with Agenda 21, and it's here.
Well,
It's
what
here.
I'm wondering, when they told everybody to have 6 months worth of food and water, now I'm starting to think maybe it's so you can stay in place during this little crisis that's coming up.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, so they're setting us up, and they've been setting us up since the beginning. There's
Bill Gates already, like y'all are saying, Bill Gates is behind it all. Bill Gates is behind what's going on in the skies. Bill Gates behind the dadgum infections and diseases and viruses.
Why do you think he's pushing the whole issue about people getting vaccinated and that? It's for him to be able to go back to his companies and that and make money on the vaccine cures is what they're looking for. They still can't even get like freaking the flu shot. You're lucky if you get 20% of that vaccine to work on the population. 20%. You know,
All they're doing is injecting foreign bodies of. You watch Fallout. He explained it.
oh yeah, I saw
The
that. I
immune
saw it
system
last
is
night.
reacting to that aluminum and that mercury and all that, and making antibodies that ain't fighting off the flu.
Right,
It's
exactly.
just crazy.
Yeah.
People have been, and then they got a Johnson and Johnson commercial that comes out and talks about how we take care of you from the day you're born. I'm like, oh my goodness,
Yeah, you do. They do
yeah,
take care of us.
you till you die.
Yeah, exactly. And they help you do it at the same time. And in the meantime, they're collecting money on selling their drugs and everything to all of us. That's what it comes down to. It's all about money. What does
Oh yeah.
Agony got to say down there?
So let me pop it up.
Says, hey, all, I saw a flash the night before they announced the direct TV sats the having battery malfunction, exploding possibilities. Did you get my message, people? No, I didn't. I didn't get that message, Agony.
Man, let me tell y'all, I Gmailed myself one of my own pictures because it's the only way I could get it to my computer. It took 3 days before my Gmail got to me. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Do me a favor, Agony. Send that to me again, will you? I'd really appreciate it because I honestly, I didn't get it. I did not get that, but I want to definitely take a look at it. But yeah, we're in a time, guys, where we are. It's a survival situation right now because we don't know what they did. We don't know how bad this is going to get. So we have to, as people that know what's going on in our government and across our countries, and that we know what they're doing, and we need to prepare for that. And the simplest thing is, like John Boy and I were just saying, water, food, supplies in your homes. Get yourself some masks and that to protect yourself as well too. Don't go outside and be around crowds. Stay away from the Super Bowl. Stay away from theaters. Stay away from where big groups are in that, guys, because it's very possible that you can come down with this just by going to one of these events. So exactly, Agony. It's not by accident. It's not. Shadrach, how you doing? Glad you made
Hey,
it.
Shadrach.
Yeah,
Well,
so go ahead, John.
A few years ago, I saw this, and they're able to treat, like, say you got something going on in a certain part of your body, right? They're able to put this metallic kind of medicine in you and control where it goes with radio frequencies, right?
Right.
What if this big scare that's killing everybody is so everybody runs and gets this vaccine that's got this metal molecule in it, and they can use that 5G to sit there and make it go to where they need it to in the brain and make everybody zombies and do, you know what I'm saying?
Well, with the nanotechnologies that they have nowadays, and they've been talking about it for years now, that's very possible. Hey, Jim G.
Hey, G.
Yeah, it's very possible. You know, and that's the scenarios that we have to look at, and we have to be aware of this. Now, that link that I sent you, John Boy, and what that nurse was saying,
Yeah,
she was freaking out. She was freaking out. This lady, and I don't even have it. I should have been able to pull it up, but I didn't get it ready, guys, and I apologize about it. But a lady in Japan, in Hong Kong, is saying that people are dying everywhere. There's a lot. They said that what she was saying was there over 100,000 people, is what she was saying. It's crazy. And what are they doing out there? They're digging this whole area up, 2 areas up, to make makeshift hospitals for the amount of people that they're expecting. If they're doing, go ahead.
It was right beside a river.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I know.
Your contaminated stuff is going to go in that river and spread it more. They're just, I mean, I don't see how they're doing anything when there's no room for those excavators to move. They're sitting side by side. There's like 30 or 40 of them side by side. I mean, what are they doing?
They haven't done nothing. They're just digging.
I mean, you only need 2 or 3 of them, not
dude,
the whole lot covered with the heavy equipment.
They're digging it for graves. I don't know, who knows? But from what that lady was saying, They don't have enough supplies. You have to look out for yourself in that. And that's what she's saying. And she's freaking out, guys. And
she also said, don't trust the government.
Yeah, and she said that straight out. Don't trust the government. They're lying. They're lying to the people. 100,000. 100,000.
This is by design. This is for Agenda 21. I promise y'all, the Georgia Guidestones show it in the stone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I know. And the sad thing is, John, is they're not allowing much information to get out of China. We do have a few people that are out there, that Americans are out there that are passing some stuff out to us and that. They're saying it's like a ghost town out there. There's nobody moving. Tonight at midnight and that, they're going to be shutting everything down completely. Nothing, no way of making any transportation out there at all. They don't want any transportation out there at all unless it's an emergency situation. Other than that, no. So they're shutting everything, trains, planes, everything, cars, everything.
They've locked everybody down in the city.
Yeah.
Isn't it 3 cities they put on quarantine?
Well, 13.
13. Oh, shoot.
13, 42. I'm hearing 50 million people now are being held hostage in their own country. 50 million.
It's only going to get worse.
It's
like I said, I don't know if this is an accident that released all that CDC thing over there, or if this is on. It looks like it's on purpose, or Bill Gates one already had a heads up on it. You know?
Well, he did have a heads up. He already started doing the research on this virus and stuff and everything. They've already started doing all that. If you check it out and you do research on it, you guys out there, you'll know they've already started. My recommendation is this, guys. For some real good pertinent information to get right now, go to Fallout Shelter.
Yeah.
Fallout Shelter's got some great information. He did a show on it and everything the other night, and he's been doing it for a few nights. Last night was really good too. But yeah, it's got to be taken care of. Exactly, Agony. Well-funded bioterror. Exactly. They're lying to us about everything, guys, no matter what. I'm telling you guys now that right now. You think our government is doing anything to protect us? No. If they would have done, they would have jumped on it right away. They would have said, get masked, stay put in your homes and that, take care of yourselves and that and everything. But they're not even doing that here.
No, they don't want to do that because it would hurt business.
Mm-hmm.
This is a retail country, man. We got to sell.
I don't know, Agony. I haven't the slightest idea. Agony says, is the U.S. considering interstate travel bans? I have not heard anything on that at all. That's why I'm saying I haven't heard nothing from our government in regards to what they're doing. The only thing that I know what they're doing is that they are getting ready to get out to China to pick up the American citizens and bring them back to the U.S. Other than that, I have not heard anything else. What's this? What Kelly Keeble says?
She's talking about Chinese people aren't emotional like that, but man, it's probably a nightmare.
Yeah. I can imagine the people are freaking out a little bit out there.
Well, that is the one that you sent me. I think is one she's probably saw.
But without food and stuff out there, it's going to start up, guys. Because if they're going to be locked up in their homes, they can't get out, they can't do anything. What do you think is going to happen? This will be a test in China right now. That's right, Agony. Agony says, "Hey, shovel ready jobs, digging graves."
Yeah, but man, you'll catch it.
That's it. But at least we're hearing some good news in the United States. The gentleman in Seattle and that is doing better. They're going to be releasing him real soon. So what's this? Karen says, I just heard on Dave Jahan's biological bubonic plague to America. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all. But we got to take care of our families, guys. So the best thing for you all to do right now, sanitize. everything around you. Wear mask. Somebody comes to your door and stuff and everything. Be prepared, guys. Don't let this sneak up on you. Be prepared. My wife and I have masks here as well. So we even have the full mask respirator, like the one that you had, John. We have a couple of those here as well too. So, you know, I got water filtration system in my house as well too. I got to do some tweaking on it today just to make sure it's going to running the way I need it to be running. We just picked up a couple of more buckets as well too for the filtration system that we have set up here. But yeah, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. Border Racer says, what's this? We are in a trade war with China right now. It makes sense for them to pull on exercise off to get what they want in trade. But when the real one happens, we are all screwed then. Yeah, we are. We are. Okay, Karen just says 1 case in North Carolina. The coronavirus, Duke Medical in Durham, North Carolina.
Man.
So yeah, there's another one. See?
Well, look how
and then we got 60.
it is. Look, it started from a central point in China like that. Now it's hidden all over America, so it's just going to what?
It is. But, you know, the survival rate is not bad, you know, but still people are going to die. And I'm hoping to God it's not like that monument that they built about only 500 million people they want left.
Georgia Guidestones.
Yeah, it's it. Gorgeous.
Well, let me tell you,
Georgia Guidestone.
Something's been in my lungs for a month. Ever since it was foggy and drizzling that morning, my lungs have not been right.
Right. But yeah, it's not getting better. And then look at your plants out there, John. All the vines, the mescadon vines.
5 more fell out of the trees. I mean, that's a total of about 25 different muscadine vines that usually stay up for generations that have come down just this year alone.
Right.
And they didn't put out any muscadines last year at all.
Right.
And you know what gets me?
Karen says the North Carolina patient just visited China too.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
What gets me? Oh man, my comments ain't moving over here. Is if they suspect one person that's coming off a plane to have it, they should watch everybody that was on that plane.
Yeah.
Not just that one that might have possible symptoms, because if they have possible symptoms, everybody on that plane is going to have positive symptoms.
All I know is they're saying what they've came out to say on the news that I just saw that just recently. They're saying that if a person has it and they're not, and our government hasn't picked them up yet, they're saying that one person would pass that disease on to 3 other people, and them 3 other people would pass it on to each individual would pass on to 3 other people as well too. So it's a continuous thing. It's not going to stop until they come up with something. And right now they're pushing it really hard to make a vaccine for this.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it'll happen.
I don't think if they did have a vaccine, I'm going to take it. I know I won't take it.
I know most people won't.
I haven't had the flu in over 30 years, and I haven't ever got a flu shot. What does that tell you?
Yeah, Alabama, you're right. Alabama says, yeah, about viruses can lay dormant for a few weeks, no symptoms. So how can they screen? Exactly. And that's what they're saying. It can be dormant in this virus itself can be dormant in your system for up to 2 weeks before you start to get any effects of it. So that means 2 weeks of you walking around out there, passing it on to everybody out there.
And
so
man, man.
No. It's time to put the masks on, guys. I've got
They're
some here.
not gonna let you wear those masks in the stores or nothing. You watch.
They're gonna have to stop me. I'll take my business someplace else. It's called self-preservation, man. That's what it comes down to. You know, that's what it comes down to. Agony says, People's Last Stand, you look at those Agenda 21 additional charges the governor put on us through Black Hills. Check AT out. Thanks, Resistance. Will do. Will do. But yeah, it's dangerous out there right now. You know, it's too dangerous for us to just sit back and just, you know, let it go. You know, just like everybody's doing with our country, just sitting back and not doing nothing. You know, no, you can't do that anymore, guys. You can't. You got to protect your family. So by just do what you need to do. Go get you some freaking mask. At least get you some hand sanitizer every time you meet with somebody. Don't shake their hands. Don't be rude, but don't shake their hands. And you keep that mask on while you're talking to other people, because they're talking about 20 feet away from you. You can get it from somebody that has the disease 20 feet away from you, because it's airborne.
Yeah. And then
I like what Alabama says. People's last stand, we go in with masks and they think we're robbing the damn store. I know. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's what I was saying. Even if you're driving in your car, you're going to get pulled over.
Yeah. We've got to do.
We're under martial law already. Y'all just wait. When they start imposing quarantine, y'all just wait. It's about to happen.
Right.
When stuff lays dormant like that. It's just, I mean, we're going to have a long time to set this out. You know what I mean? If it stays dormant that long, and then other people caught it, and then it's dormant, and then they've spread it, and then, you know what I mean? It's
right.
Next thing you know, it's going to be boom.
Right. I like what DeVille says. Going to be like those zombie movies. Government turn on the people. Hey, Dr. E.
Dr.
How you doing?
Ebel, what's going on? Yeah, crazy.
Alabama, you're cracking me up. Hell yeah, I'll pull up next to a cop with a mask on, like, what's up?
I used to ride through Jackson with that John Boy mask I wear.
Oh no. Yeah, we've got to be careful, guys. There's way too much stuff happening between what's happening with viruses and, you know, pestilence and food shortages and, you know, and then the government on top of that. We're having to deal with all the crap that we're dealing with. It's just another spike in our graves, guys. Just another nail in our graves. They're putting, and they're doing it, and they're doing it, and they're doing it, and people are not awake. They need to wake up and see what's going on around them. They need to pay attention. This is for their family's sake. They've got to protect their families.
Well, look at all the food they're pulling due to listeria and stuff in it. And they're blaming it on, I mean, they're pulling these pre-made sandwiches and pre-made this. And now they just pulled something. I can't remember what it was, but it had powdered eggs in it. And they determined the powdered eggs was the root of it.
Yeah. I know,
I can't
John.
remember what it was. I don't remember if it was a pancake batter or what. It was something.
It's just getting, it's John. We our food's corrupted, our water is corrupted, our air is corrupted. You know, there's not. We can't hide from anything. They're in our homes watching us right now and stuff. You know, it's like, this is ridiculous. Everybody keeps saying, "Well, we're going to be like China soon." Bullshit. We became. Before China got all hooked up with all these cameras and stuff and everything, we did it first here in the United States.
We just didn't tell the public.
That's right. Exactly. And that's what's happening right now. We're not being notified. We're just test subjects to them, guys, is what we are. You know, they're all happy and, you know, go lucky. They can go down into their bunkers and that and be nice and safe and sound with their air filtration systems and everything else, you know. But the rest of us, what do we got? We have to fight. And that's what I'm saying. We've got to fight. And it means that do anything and everything possible to take care of your family, guys. This is a matter of life and death for your family.
Don't feel like the Lone Ranger.
That's it.
My memory started going away like 2 years ago, noticeably going away. And I'm like, man, I know it ain't from old age or anything like that. It feels like, you know, to me, my memory wise, it feels like it's drug induced, which I don't do drugs.
Well, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're dumbing down society. They're putting and I understand what they talk about when they say that about allowing states to make their own decisions on marijuana stuff and that as well too. I understand that, but I also understand what the possibility and the reasoning behind what they're doing as well. That's to keep us calm. That's to keep us from causing problems or issues or anything else. They do that, especially here in Colorado. Colorado was like one of the number one places when they legalized it here. But and they're doing it to dumb down society, leave anything out of the government's mouths. And we can't.
The problem. You start legalizing it like that, the government gets involved. Then they start GMOing it, and it's not the same weed anymore.
It's exactly
whatever they GMO'd it to do.
It is. You're 100% right, John. It is,
and that's what it is. The whole deal. Everybody, there's people that have actually gone to the dispensaries because it's legal now, and they stopped smoking because the stuff was making them paranoid, and they'd never been paranoid by it in their whole life.
Yep, that's what happened to me. Exactly. I landed up with panic attacks. Anytime I take a hit off that stuff, panic attacks. I mean, it's like, what the hell is this? And then I stopped, and I never had them. The only time I've ever had a panic attack was when I smoked some of this new stuff, and that was it.
The only time I ever had a panic attack is when that new 5G meter they put on my pole was up, and I got home, and I was at the back of my Jeep, and I had a panic attack. And
right.
I ran up in the woods, and it took about 10 minutes or so to get my composure back. And as soon as I made it back down, I sat there and grabbed aluminum foil and wrapped that sucker up, and I've been fine ever since. But I've never had a panic attack in my life, and that was 5G.
Yeah. And people in this country crack me up because they're saying, well, we're not being attacked. There's nothing happening to us. And it's like, why don't you look at your everyday life? Why don't you first, when you get up in the morning and you go to get yourself something to eat, what have they done to your food? You got to drink some of your water. What have they done to your water? And it starts from when you wake up. And even then, with like you're saying, John, even when you're in bed, they got those smart meters on there affecting you as you're sleeping as well too. I'm wondering why people are coming up with cancers and everything.
I got to wondering about this. If you look up on top of your small town water towers, the whole top of those water towers are full of 5G, right?
Right.
Is that manipulating the water molecules? Surely it's got to be changing it. If a microwave changes the molecule structure in food, then why wouldn't a 5G antenna on top of your water tower be changing the molecular structure of your water?
Exactly. We're finding out truth on everything now. Everything's being disclosed because we're not stupid people. We're looking and we're researching and we're checking everything out, and we're coming out here and giving information to the people as well too. And they're researching it and they're passing it out to others as well. Excuse me. And that's what we need to do, is we need to get as many people hearing this kind of stuff, which I'm so glad I'm seeing a lot of this stuff on YouTube, that a lot of people are pushing this stuff out, talking about the coronavirus and that, and the other stuff that's happening to us in the United States and that. But it's all part of the whole thing. It's all part of the Agenda 21, the New World Order, and controlling us, guys. That's what it comes down to. They want the rich to be taking care of the elites and the poor to be the slaves. And that's what it is. Because they can't survive without us. Because we have to be able to make stuff. We have to be able to do things for them. They're going to treat us like slaves. And that's what it's coming down to. With this stuff that's going on in China right now. Well, look at the coffins that they ordered years and years ago. Well, guess what? They hold 4 people inside there comfortably. So they're preparing for all this stuff and everything. It's gotten to that point where if China continuously locks down their people in their houses, people are going to come out in the streets because they're going to run out of food real quick. And most people in the United States only the ones that are have food in their homes only have enough food in their homes for 2 weeks. That's the standard.
Shit, most people
2
only have
weeks
enough
of-
food for a day. They go to the market every day to do something.
Yeah. Yep. So what are they going to do? You know, they got no rights. They can't use no guns because they ain't got guns, you know. Criminals do, but that's about it. But yeah, we're getting screwed every which way, guys. There is nothing that we can do to change this. The only thing that we can do is brace ourselves for the impact of what's going to happen. Now, if this gets out of control, and I'm hoping to God it doesn't, I hope they're able to control it and stop it in its tracks. But as we have witnessed in the past with Ebola and all these other different diseases, they've only come up with ways to help the symptoms, not the cure.
And Kelly's
we need
right
to-
about that.
What does Kelly say? Why would government take the trouble to bury us when they can just burn us? Plus, you never bury sickness, you burn it. Yeah, exactly. This is true, yeah.
When they had the smallpox back in the old day, they burnt the blankets and burnt the villages. They burned
Yeah,
it.
but why would they order that many millions of coffins?
Well, that's for the protesters. That's for the people that ain't got it yet.
Exactly. So when the people get you have to get out on the street to fight, to get water, to get freaking food, and that's what's going to happen in the United States if that happens here. But they gotta stop it now before it gets out of control. You know, I know, Natural Born Rebel, mandatory vaccine coming. You betcha. And that's the way it is. You know, and they pushed it on on us when we were children, and they're still pushing it now. But now it's out in our faces because we have more way of communicating with each other now. Now we all, if somebody in the East Coast knows something, finds out something, somebody in the West Coast a few seconds later knows about it. That's what the technology has done for us. But with a lot of channels that are out there like YouTube and a lot of other different places out there, and that they want to stop you from saying what the truth is. And we can't allow them to continue doing what they're doing either. But in the meantime, what we have to do is we have to protect our families. And I know I said this, and I've said it a couple of times already. Your family is the most important people to you. You've got to protect them first. To heck with anything else that's going on out there. Your family is priority. And if you do the right things and have enough, get yourself some water supplies, get yourself enough food in your homes, get yourself some masks, sanitation stuff, things that you need if you're going to be shut in for a while, then do it. I even have plastic in those big old like painter's plastic. I have those big old pieces of plastic in that unopened containers and that I'll put over my doors and my windows and stuff, whatever I got to do, you know. But we got to be prepared for this stuff. There's more stuff that I need to go get. I need to build up more supplies on my food and that. The water supply I have no problem with in that. I got 35,000 gallons of water sitting outside my my door, which is really nice. That's my
This is my problem. I planned on most of my strategy was based off wild edibles, right?
Mm-hmm.
The wild edibles started dying 2 years ago. They wasn't coming back the next year. You know what I'm saying? And I've watched a lot of wild edibles disappear. And now, and I'm talking about, you know, the leafy green plant stuff that was wild and edible, right? So I go, well, I always got my muscadines. 25 vines have fallen out of trees all around just my little area of property right here. 25 vines. There's really no more left in the trees.
Right.
There's just not going to be any wild edibles, and that was part of my strategy. And then deer. They've done knocked the chronic wasting disease is in 3 more counties here in Tennessee.
Right. Wasn't it?
I had a guy going to give me some deer meat because he lost power due to the storm and it was going to ruin. And I declined it. And I used to love to eat deer meat.
Right.
He goes, "This has been tested." I'm like, "I don't care."
Right. I think it was also, and I'm not sure if I'm right on this, but I think it was squash. They went out and they got 3 deer. And only one of them they were able to get.
Really?
Yeah.
So 2 out of 3 had it
Mm-hmm.
in his area. And he's more in the wilderness. I mean, I ain't going to say more in the wilderness, but he's really further north than me. It started in the south and worked up. it was down in Mississippi, and then it hit the counties on the Mississippi line. Now it's almost up to the Kentucky line.
Right, right. Yeah, and then you got that new law that's coming into your area right now, the red flag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they already did that here in Colorado.
Well, they're trying to push it.
Yeah, it's already here on the books here. It's law now.
That's crazy.
I know, dude.
So all they got to do, they'll put bounties out. You know, they'll do something slick to where a neighbor get paid for doing a false report on you to have your guns confiscated due to the red flag program.
Right, exactly.
I warned
Exactly.
everybody 10 minutes after I saw Trump sign that stuff announced it in his live. I was like, oh, people, look out.
Right. But that's what they're doing. And it's not going to end. This is not the beginning, guys. This is almost the end. This is almost the end.
2021 is coming close, and they got less than a year, and it'll be before a year.
Yeah.
It'll be in the next few months. Y'all watch. I said that, a month ago. I was like, it's coming. Matter of fact, what did I name that? I'm not going to worry about it. But I did a live on that, man, where I sat there. Yeah, it was called Agenda 21 or something like that. I forgot how I titled it.
Mm-hmm.
But I woke up one day with a bad feeling. I was like, man, this stuff's going to happen in the next 3 months.
Right, right.
Well, here we are in the second month after I thought that, and now we got this thing spreading across the earth.
I'm sorry to laugh. I just reading what Agony just said. Agony says, "Hey y'all, cornhole your chickens. Nobody will mess with them." I know. But it's crazy out there. You know, it's nuts. And who was just saying that? Somebody was just, DeVille just said this. Saw where a congressman is trying to push that any bunkers that are bought are to be registered. Wow. See?
Well, they want to know.
They want to know what kind of freaking toilet paper you use too. you know, they want to know every
figure out those drones going around yet?
No, they have not. They have not even come out and said anything more about it. I haven't heard anything at all from nobody.
I haven't either.
Nothing. But that's just the way it is, you know. We get a little bit of information in that, and then the rest of it is pushed away, especially when they know that something's going on and they want to hide the truth from us. It could be anything that they're talking about. It could be anything from checking out people's properties and that, checking out for tunnels, nuclear bombs that they're talking about, you know, that we're missing as well. I mean,
remember when they were coming out and GPS and everybody's houses and where the doors were and the outbuildings, and
yep,
they were pinpointing exact locations of how the buildings were sitting and the direction and everything. I mean, they came out and basically did a schematic of where everybody lived.
Oh yeah, well, right now with this, with your LED lights and that, your homes now they can see what you're doing as you're walking around and walking around your apartment. You're walking around your house in that. You got those new lights that are in there. So, you know, you can't hide from it, guys. I'm telling you, there's no way to hide from it.
Well, they can do the same thing for TV screen. They can broadcast the picture, but they can also take in like a camera back to them.
Yeah. But yeah, it's sad that we're having to deal with this right now. And it's sad that, that we have American citizens in China right now pleading with our government to get them the hell out of there, and our government's just taking their freaking time. They've known about this virus for a long time, John. This is not something that just came up. They've known about this for a while, but did our government go out and do anything to get their people out of there? No, they did not do shit.
No, they're trying to divide us up again.
Exactly. And Natural Born Rebel says this: Hunger Games. Yep. Exactly.
Look, as cold as it is, I don't have any firewood, so I'm out here freezing. It might be up to 39 degrees today, maybe.
I'm sitting at 52 right now.
But man, I haven't seen the sun in over a week.
Yeah, you guys have been being hit out there pretty good.
It's been raining. It's been just nasty. And I'm going to tell you, cold to kill you. And that's, I mean, if they have a power grid failure on top of all this, man.
Yeah.
But think about it. You got a lot of elderly people in this country, and what better way to get rid of them than a respiratory issue?
And the young, and especially the young, because they haven't, their immune systems ain't built up yet.
Yeah,
I don't know, John.
exactly. Fallout.
What did Fallout say? That's the best way to bring the virus in America. Wait for the citizens to get in it and bring it home. That's it. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, John, is as our families are our priority, man. We've got to do something to protect our families. We've got to make sure that we're safe, because nobody's going to control. Nobody out there on the streets is gonna know when the virus is going to hit them.
Exactly.
You don't know.
Whatever I've been calling it Kim lung because it's a respiratory deal. And then 2 weeks later, this crap started showing up. I'm like, all right, do I have that? I mean, not that I'm worried because I'm not running a fever or anything, but man, I've got it's almost like pneumonia, but it's not making me weak or anything. I mean, it's like I'm really congested in my lungs.
All right.
And my nose, look, it's not running. I'm not sniffling, but I got to blow it every so often. And it's ungodly how much stuff comes out.
Right.
I'm
and
like,
it's just going to get worse.
Blow my nose.
Yeah, I know, John. We need to do something, and the people out there on YouTube and their families and they've got to do something. They've got to hear people like me and you and people in chat over here talking as well too, and hear these people when they put the stuff out on their channels and heed the call. Your families are priority. Your life is in jeopardy because of what other country has done or our own country has done to us. We've got to protect ourselves.
It's a co-op, man. It's
is
part of the New World Order.
Right, and we're not invited.
Uh-uh.
We don't belong. We don't do anything for them. But the ones that we're going to stay are the ones that are the ones that are the rich. They'll be protected every which way. It's just like our congressmen. They all have bodyguards to protect them, yet they're taking the guns away from everybody, and yet they got guns. The mentality of people in the United States, they need to freaking wake up. What makes you think they have better rights than the rest of us? Yet they do. And it's just something on just that simple, just gun control. Yet they can have them themselves.
Well, the UN wants to take everybody's guns.
Oh yeah. Well, China doing the same thing too. China's pressuring our government to take the guns away from the people of the United States. They're pushing that agenda here in the United States.
Oh yeah, but we see where that's going. That ain't gonna fly. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, they had that protest up in Richmond, and nothing happened as far as they're putting all that fear out there.
Yeah, unless they
got legal gun-toting Americans. They know their rights, and they know when to pull that trigger.
Right. But thank God they paid attention. They knew what they were supposed to do. They did what they needed to do. They protested against the government for what they're pushing on the people in that, and they got through it. But the problem was this: they still went ahead and did what they did. It didn't make a difference in the government. They still pushed their agenda, and they're still pushing it. It doesn't matter. We could say as much as we want to, John, and we can push these issues as much as we can, and tell as many people. But until the people wake up and they get on the streets and they fight back, this is not going to change. Just like Japan said before. Why didn't they invade the United States? Because there behind every piece of grass is a citizen with a gun. So wake up, people. Wake up. They're not going to stop. That's a lot. 10,000 operational 5G towers at the end of 2019 that don't wreak havoc in the immune system at all. I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
it does, man. Think about it.
I've heard too much stuff from other people as well saying that it does. We're talking about people that we know that are on here, like Verda, when they put the 5G by her and stuff. She got ended up with cancer as well too. There, so it's everywhere. Yeah, they could fry us with their frequencies, and that's what they're doing with 5G. It's all frequency. It's all frequency. But the thing is what do you do? I know, Fallout Shelter, that was sarcasm. But the thing is we've got to understand that when they say it's good for us, it's not. Whenever they say it's right, it's wrong. You got
fluoride is never supposed to be ingested.
No,
ever.
No.
And what they do, they add it to the water supply. And like I seen a doctor talking about that, they said, even if that was true, each individual is different and needs to be dosed different, which I'm not, pushing it. Nobody needs to take fluoride, period.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's got a skull on it, skull and crossbone, and it says poison on the bag as they're dumping it into the water treatment.
I know. I mean,
come on.
And people want to sit here and believe this stuff all the time, John. They believe what the government tells them. Oh, we did it. We did it for your teeth. What?
A bullet between your eyes won't hurt long.
I know. I know. But that's the way it is right now. Hey, Emily, how you doing? Emily Shane in the house.
Hello, Emily.
But yeah, it's no longer us individually to handle the problems that's going on in our country. We have to come together as a nation, as citizens, and say that we're not going to deal with this no more. But we can't do it because nobody's willing to get up and do anything, John. Nobody's willing to put their lives on the line like our military. These people are not willing. These people are not willing. They're sheeple sitting out there, John, just listening to this kind of stuff, and they don't care.
We're trying to get our elected politicians that's supposed to be the voice of the people to do something for us. Guess what? We hit a brick wall. Boom.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
They don't do nothing for us. They do not speak our voice. They just want to try to get richer.
That's it. And they all have.
Yeah.
They all have.
Come on in, Paris. We're just chatting about the crazy stuff going on around in the world and in this country. And
yeah, Natural Born Rebel says, and if anyone does start banding together, Waco.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They did Waco on purpose so they could use that continuously forever. Anybody getting together for a cause, it's just like Waco. Man, them people wasn't hurting anybody.
Right. Just like Lavoie and Pete Santelli and them.
Well, look.
It was all about land and freaking what do they call it to make bombs? What is that? Plutonium and all that stuff. So they can uranium, so they can get it from the land. That's what Hillary was all about and everything. So she could sell all that to Russia.
Well, look, that Waco deal, the people inside the building did not start those fires.
Nope.
Those fires started when they rammed those tanks into the walls, and I guarantee you they had flamethrowers on that.
I bet you they did.
Or they put something in there, but those people in there did not burn themselves out.
Exactly. But
they played it off like they did, and I promise you, those people didn't burn themselves out, but they weren't leaving.
Right. Natural Born Rebel says Ruby Ridge.
Look at that movie Young Guns 2 when they burn them in that house at the end. You remember?
Right.
That's how they take care of a problem. If they can't, fight them, fight them fair, they'll just burn them out. They got them cornered.
That's what they do. That's how they do it.
Look what they're doing today. Australia.
They burn them out.
That makes me so mad.
They're saying it was 100 and some people they arrested for causing the fires.
Yeah.
Come on. Do we really believe that?
Well, look, there's probably more than that.
Yeah, they're out there setting them on fire by orders of you know who.
Yeah.
So it's bull.
But what
Hey,
makes
Chrissy.
me mad, look at how much wildlife they killed over there.
Over 1 billion, dude. 1 billion.
Yeah. And I saw that poor koala bear that was stepping in those ashes, and then he
Yeah.
finally sat down in them so he could lick his paw. Oh, man, that made me so mad.
Yeah. I know, but this is what's happening. They're killing our planet and they're killing us at the same time. So they can take control and they can make it the way they want to make it without us fighting against them. And that's what it comes down to, guys. This is not an isolated incident that's happening right now with this coronavirus. This is a plot against the humans across this planet. This is not
a genocide. It's a genocide attempt.
This is. And that's what they're trying to do every time. They're trying to do bring our numbers down less and less and less so that they can take control. So they can turn around and say, like 9/11, we're going to give you the Patriot Act, but you can't read it. You don't need to read it right now. Wait till it comes out. Then, then you can read it and that. But that's how they do it. They use one cause to do another. And that's exactly what they did with 9/11. And that's exactly what they're doing with this kind of stuff as well, too.
Well, check this out. I would tell everybody to start eating more fruits and vegetables, but even if you get organic, it's still GMO plants.
It's still messed up.
I mean, even though they're not using pesticides and stuff, as a GMO plant, it's not an heirloom. You got to have heirloom, man.
Right. And Bill the bill says this. Rest in peace, Bill Cooper. It's straight out murdered Cooper. They did. But that's the facts. That's the reality of the world that we live in. If you do something like Bill Cooper did and come out to expose this kind of stuff and say what's going on, then you're gone. They get rid of you. And this is what's going to happen to all of us. That are out here saying this kind of stuff. They're going to get rid of us because our minds cannot be changed to agree with them anymore. We have agreed with them so long that most people in the United States just follow. But us that are waking up are seeing the stuff and then connecting the dots to every little thing that they're doing. And that's how it fits all fits in together.
Man, I've been awake since 1989.
See?
I was like, man, something's wrong here. Actually, since I was 3 years old, I was like, man, this stuff ain't right.
But they're doing it. They're doing it, and they're not going to stop. And there's no way to stop it. And I'm not one to push for dramatics to get out on the street and cause, chaos. But there's only two solutions, in my opinion, John, and these are just my
Maybe
two.
three. I got one more.
Okay, my two are this: civil disobedience or civil war.
Or John Boy for president.
There you go. There you go.
I'm for real. We need more. We need real people running the country.
We do. We need to get people out there.
Have been there in the trenches of what we've been through all our lives to get up there and straighten out what is going on, because these corporations have taken over. All corporations. You look at communication corporations, there ain't but a couple, 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? Walt Disney owns ABC. I don't know how many. Walt Disney owns a bunch of communication stations now.
Right.
Then you look at the drug market. You got Monsanto got bought out by Bayer. Bayer.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that supposed to be,
your aspirin?
Yeah.
To protect your heart? Yeah.
But it's crazy. You're not supposed to be able to monopolize in this country, but they have.
Right. Right. But you can't even protest in the country. You have to go get a permit. You have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. Can you imagine, guys? Our forefathers would freaking be rolling in their graves right now if they knew what was going on in our country. And because people will refuse to stand up and make a stand. They refuse to say, I'm not going to deal with this crap no more. I refuse to take your word on the things that you say because we do not believe you. Until the people of this country make a stand and say, to hell with you, it's not going to stop. And it's not. But they're even waiting for that to happen. See, that's the bad thing. They're not stupid. They know what they're doing. They say, well, if they come out on the streets and that, then we have a contingency plan for that situation and how to deal with them. See, that's what I'm saying. So every step that they take, that we take, they're like 10 or 15 steps ahead of us. Thinking, well, what are they going to do? Well, what happens if they do this or they do that? What are we going to do? How are we going to deal with it? So they got plans already of how to do all this stuff. It's not that we're not trying on our side to understand and comprehend everything they're doing. It's just that we don't have all the information.
Well, look at this. And this is a small little example of how am I trying to say? The littlest little thing, all right? My live I did this morning about, watch out for what you're getting from China in the mail.
Right.
Look out in your mailbox. They did not want to monetize that.
Wow.
What?
See?
I mean, really?
Yeah, because and I understand what they're doing, John. I understand they're in a business and that, and I understand that too. But because their concern is that no advertisers are going to want to advertise on a channel that tells the truth. They want like puppy dogs and all happy stuff is what they want. That's all they want. They don't want nothing else from us.
They don't want me and my team of anonymous here.
That's it. That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
man.
They don't care about what happens to us. So we have to care. We have to think about this stuff. We have to protect our families. We need to do what's right. And we know what's right, guys. Each one of us knows what's right and what we have to do. But nobody's willing to stand up and do it.
And that's what I was warning about, Natural Born Rebel. Everything in Walmart's from China. Everything in your dollar store, Fred's, anywhere you go, everything's from China. And they haven't stopped shipping goods from China. They're still shipping stuff. They're on cargo ships, cargo planes, and going through your regular postal services.
Exactly. Agony, you're right. Check out what Agony. Check out what Agony says. Agony says a little bluebird told me this is an attempt to disrupt the 2020 election.
Could be.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible. The way our government is, because we're not being told the truth or anything out there, guys. So any opinion could possibly be exactly what's going on. And that's the scary part is we don't know. We don't have the slightest idea because we're not being told the truth on anything. Were we told the truth about GMOs? No. Only recently that they come out and we start finding out what exactly GMO does to us.
Skies took my drone. You'll probably get the package here in the next few days. I'm telling y'all, this stuff coming over from China in the mail is going to be a problem. And I just ordered a book. I hope it don't come from China. I'm serious. I ordered one on magnetic current by the dude that built the Coral Castle down in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm fixing to do some of his experiments and see if I can duplicate that machine he used to levitate things.
Cool.
Oh, free power, man.
That's it.
Dude had free power.
I know, dude. I'm just amazed how many people are clueless and what's going on in our country. They're dumbfounded or they just don't care. I don't understand this anymore. We've got too much stuff going on. Exactly like that too. Sky took my drone. Incoming Planet X. There's so much stuff that's going on in our world that we don't even have the slightest idea because they're not willing to tell us. They're not willing to tell us out anything.
Check this out. You see that looks like smoke on the screen?
Yeah, up by your hat.
Yeah, that's my breath.
Oh, dang. It is cold out there.
Yeah, it is. They're
Yes.
trying to freeze us out.
I got natural smoke.
No, I'm for real. It's cold, man.
Well,
I
that's-
ran out of wood and it's been raining, and the wood guy don't have the wood covered, so I know it's a waste of time to go over there and get a load of soaked wood.
I know, man. I get pretty low in my shed because I've been in there getting it cleaned up and everything. And I'm really short on wood. I've been looking around and I can't find any free wood anywhere. They got like pallets. I could take pallets and tear them all up and stuff and everything. But these guys out here, man, they want like $180 for a quarter. A quarter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like, they gotta be freaking kidding me. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Over $300 for a full cord?
Hey, Natural Born Rebel. She said, I can't remember him. Now, build a small rocket stove. Well, guess
Yeah.
what? All stoves are rocket stoves. I mean, that's how they're designed. You got a vent in the front and a chimney in the back. And when I can get this old cast iron one going, it sounds like a rocket.
Not mine. Mine's a little thing. It's only open.
It still operates
that much.
like a rocket stove. You got an intake and exhaust.
You look
I
at
mean,
my, you look at the fire inside my little stove, and that looks like a match. It does it, but it puts out heat like you would not believe. But it burns it up fast.
It's
I mean,
probably
really
the wood
fast.
you got. If you had some oak, get some like something soft to go. With
You don't
oak
get
on
you,
top of
you,
it.
you don't get oak over here.
Well,
you
see,
don't-
the oak is where you get all your heat because it makes coals, and those coals last a long time.
Yeah, I got in my shed where I have the wood burning stove, and that I have four big bags of those charcoal for your briquettes. I throw a bunch of that in there to get me some coals in there to keep it warm and stuff in there is what I've been doing. But yeah, out here, no, you don't get that. You get pine, mostly pine out here.
Yeah,
what you
pine
get.
burns too fast.
No, it burns up. Plus, all the creosote it builds up really fast inside your chimneys, really fast.
Oh, it's all the resin in it.
Right,
All right,
exactly.
Alabama Heartbreaker. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, really. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, dude, I'm just amazed. Just getting up this morning and getting on my computer and looking at what's going on around the world, and this thing with this coronavirus is just unbelievable. I can't believe that it's continually. It's like every day we wake up, there's something new.
Oh yeah,
New
and I've
something.
been missing out on a lot of YouTube because I'm working steadily, and man, by the time I get home, I'm tired and it's cold, and I don't have any wood.
Right.
There's no wood to burn out in the woods either. The stuff's no good.
You're gonna have to move your shed over closer to the house. or
I
something.
cannot. I've been missing Fallout stuff. I'll get the notifications on my phone, but I can't even pick it up in the house to even watch it.
Right. But yeah, I'm trying to get some wood too. So I'm just thinking. I got a little trailer back there. I'll put it on my 4-wheel and that, and take it out and go over to one of these guys downtown, and that they got like 10 million pallets out there, and they just give them away for free. But I don't want to get that wood because most of it's like treated in that, and
Oh, you don't know. That's arsenic in that.
yeah, I don't want to even mess with that stuff. But what do you do? But yeah, at least in here, if we get locked in the house and that because of this coronavirus, if that ever happens, at least I know in my house and that I'll be secure in here. As long as people don't want to pay rent, I'll be okay. Because I tell you, if it happens, there ain't no way I'm accepting anybody's rent through that door.
Yeah, I worked at a company one time that they threw away their pallets and they were oak. Man, I was like, man, y'all care if I grab them? They're like, no, we're throwing them away anyhow.
Right.
Man, every time I had a good load out there, I'd load them in my truck and come home with them, and I'd bust them up. It was oak, man, seasoned oak pallets.
Yeah, and they burn long.
Getting hot.
We've got a hardwood out here. We got a cottonwood, but I don't like the way cottonwood is. Doesn't burn right. I just don't like it too much.
I think I got something I've been calling cottonwood. I know we got cottonwood because
you see all those little things.
See
those little suckers.
All that little stuff.
All that little cotton.
Yeah, look, I painted a whole truck outside one day, and all of a sudden a cottonwood tree released all that, and it went all in the paint. I was like, oh, I buffed for the whole next day to get that stuff out.
Yeah. I didn't think about that, Dr. E.
Man,
I didn't think about that, Dr. E. Dr. E says, think of solar geothermal unit to heat with. He says this is new adventure.
yeah, I've seen that where they tap into the ground and do it that way. It's kind of like a heat pump, but you're using the earth.
I got to check that out. Oh, now I know what he's talking about. Yeah, where you have like a little pipe area that runs, and you have a fire down there at the other end, and you
What I
push the
saw
heat out
was
from
they
the
were
other side.
using, they're just drilling down to a water table and using that for the air conditioning part. I forgot how the heat part worked.
I don't know. I'm all I know is I got a wood burning stove out there, and I got no wood left. I got a few. I got some pieces in there I could still burn, but maybe a few hours out there, and then that's about it. And I'm looking at this property that's next door to me where they're building that new apartment complex. They got all that wood over there.
I mean, you could use it as long as you're not, the smoke ain't coming back in your shop, but you're still putting that stuff in the air.
I know, and I got to fix that too. I got a backflow device problem on mine, and it's simply because I have 290s on it, and then that's the problem.
It might be the length. You got to have a certain length so it'll draw.
Exactly, and my problem is that I got the first 90, that comes out of the stove, and then goes straight over to the wall, and then goes through the wall, and then another 90 going up for the rest of the pipe.
You probably need to extend that outside pipe.
Yeah, I've been trying to find 3-inch pipe for that little stove, and I just can't find it. I've been everywhere looking out here, and I've been even to the fireplace stores and that. And some of them
ain't cheap anymore either.
Oh no.
At all.
Not at all.
Because I'm running, what am I running? I think I'm running 6-inch on mine.
All right.
But I do have a top flue, dampener in the chimney pipe.
Mm-hmm.
And once I get a fire going, I can shut that down. I still got holes in it. And I'll shut down the intake part of it. And it'll radiate heat for, an hour or so. Then I got to put more wood in there and get, get more coals in there.
Yeah, by the time I get mine all warmed up and everything, I got to freaking throw more wood in again, It's just small. It's inefficient. It's just too small. You seen those barrels that I had, those 55-gallon barrels that I have? That's that.
Big.
I got that, and I know for a 10x10 shed, I know. I'm like, where the hell am I going to put it? Where am I going to sit? I've got that one built out there. I left it out in the rain, so I got to get in there and I got to get all the rust off it and that, and then put some fire paint on it.
But that 55-gallon barrel one you got, that's how, you lose a lot of heat through that chimney. And the way that's designed, you catch a lot of heat, in your area.
Right. But what I'm thinking about doing, a buddy of mine that lives in the building, that he works for a company, and that they got like 55-gallon barrels, and that he asked if I wanted a few of them. I told him, yeah. So what I'm thinking about doing is going ahead and taking that one burning stove that I already made, and then taking that one, the new barrel, and put it on top, so that burns the gases and stuff inside that one as well.
Yeah.
So that'll really put out more heat in that. But right now, if I took even that 55-gallon barrel and put it in my shed, that's overkill. I put one piece of log in there, and I'd be roasting to death in there. It'd be just way too warm in there. That's overkill. But then again, I can always close that flue down a little bit as well, so it burns slowly too. I can do that. But yeah, it's pretty warm. I got my dogs over here wanting to wrestle and play. Come here, guys. What are you doing? Suki, Tala. What are you doing? Come here. What are you doing down there? Huh? Oh, you're over here pushing my hand, huh? She's a good girl.
What my dog does. My dog will put her head up.
Yeah, but look at that. I got the other one between my legs. Did you see her pop her head out? Suki, come here. See her? She keeps grabbing. Remember my buddies. That dog is.
I did natural born. I got my stove out here in the shop, but man, used to I could find enough fallen, limbs and stuff in the woods to heat me all winter. But the stuff falling out of trees now is so I don't know. It's a weird kind of rot. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not natural looking. You got Jabnail 7 in the house.
Yeah. How you doing, Jabnail 7? Good to see you. But yeah, so we're out here talking. John Boy and I are talking about the craziness that's going on with this coronavirus and what the possibilities could happen here in the United States. And the way it's looking, guys, we've got a few people already in the United States that have it. And
they want to fulfill the Georgia Guidestones, so they're going to let it go.
Well, what happened to the people that were on the plane that came in with these two people in China, from China?
What about
where were those people?
What happened last summer when it was several different flights that came in and everybody on the flights were ill? Do you remember that? Whatever happened with that? Was that a test run that didn't go right?
I don't know. I mean,
how can everybody on a plane get ill at the same time? You know what I'm saying?
Right. But yeah, it's this disease is moving fast. I mean, it is like moving
common
fast.
Cold. It's the same thing as the common cold, and everybody, you know how fast that'll spread. You get one kid go to school and bring it home to the family, and then they're going to work, spreading it to co-workers. Next thing you know, your whole little town has got the cold.
Exactly. And that's what I'm worried about here in my apartment building. I got all these people that live in my apartment building. That's why I say
I'm worried about is my stepmom and both of my stepsisters work in hospitals.
Oh man, they're in the front line of this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I won't be going around them here anymore.
Exactly. Natural Born Rebel, you're right. Don't forget about Deagle. Exactly.
Don't forget about what?
Deagle. You never heard of Deagle, John?
Deagle. Oh, yeah, that's that thing I got accused of not knowing about.
Yeah, it talks about how many people are going to die.
Ouija. Oh, yeah.
In every country in that, yeah. United States gets hit really good from what they're saying.
And they showed China growing. China grew in population in that Deagle report.
Yeah.
I need to holler at my dog. She's out there. I muted so I could yell.
Number one, Matt, you're right. You're right.
Oh, I use that every time I cook. I don't care if I'm cooking eggs. If I'm cooking bacon, it's getting oregano, sage, everything's put on. I use seasonings for everything because I love rosemary. Rosemary is supposed to be good for your memory.
No, that means I got to take a lot of that then. I'm telling you, it's getting
rosemary.
It's getting crazy, John. It's getting crazy out here, and people don't seem to understand what can really happen. I think they understand. I think they just don't know what to do.
Or they don't want to believe it. It ain't affecting them, so why worry about it? That's a lot of people's problems, man. It ain't their problem until it's their problem.
Right, exactly.
And then it's like, oh, shit, what should I do?
Well, yeah, but and then by then it's a little bit too late.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the people in the United States, it's not too late for all of us.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I've been doing. I've been trying to make sure I've been keeping my temperature down in the house and everything, so I'm pretty acclimated to the cold.
Right.
Like I said, well, you can't see my breath as good now for some reason, but it's cold out here, and I'm just trying to get ready because, man, I think if that epidemic starts hitting here, you watch, we'll probably have a power grid failure.
Oh yeah,
it's coincidental,
right?
You know what I mean?
Oh, you should have seen it. My wife and I were sitting here in the living room. What was I think yesterday or day before yesterday? Comcast internet went down, and it went down not in my not only here in my building. I contacted my boss, and he lives like in another city, Inglewood. which is not close. It's far. I mean, it's at least, 15 miles away from us. And he had no internet either. It was gone. Internet was gone completely here in Colorado. I don't know what happened, but I'm going to try to do some research and find out how much of an area was affected by it.
Well, I couldn't get internet the other day, and it kept telling me to try my connection, and I was on my phone.
Yeah, me too. Same thing. We had the same problem. And I'm like, what the heck's going on here? It didn't make sense because we just took off. We took off because I went to go look at the new John boats.
Yeah,
I went to go look at them and we got back, and I was at the bottom of my stairwell coming up the stairs, and that ran into one of my tenants, and he likes fishing like I do, and I was showing wanted to show him the pictures, and I couldn't pull up the internet. That was on my phone.
yeah, that's what I tried. I was on my tablet, which is directly to the cell tower, and I couldn't get it, so I went to my phone, and it said I didn't have a connection, and I'm like, well, I wasn't coming out here because if I'm not getting a connection on my phone or tablet, I'm not going to be able to get a connection to this computer through the Wi-Fi, my hotspot.
Yeah, Karen, you're right. Silver Kaleido. Exactly. And there should be I've been watching some YouTube videos on how to make that as well too. So I'm kind of interested in that.
That's where you get some silver and you do it electrolysis in it.
Yeah, exactly. And your water in that.
Water.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that on Richie from Boston. It's been a while back ago, but
yeah,
I've been actually here lately. I've had it for a while, but I've been taking a little shot here and there of some of that mother's vinegar, the mother stuff in it, the apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, that's good for you. It is.
I've been meaning to go get some borax.
Yeah, we have some of that. Better
get it before it's gone. I guarantee you, they're gonna take it off the shelf to where you can't get it, and it's a good remedy also.
All right. Yeah, when I first came out here to start doing YouTube and that, the first time when I started coming out, the first thing that I was going to do is I was going to do everything on being prepared. That was the whole premise for me coming out on YouTube, was to do this, getting people prepared and stuff for in case of emergencies and that. But because of what I've been seeing going on in the country, I changed it completely and went to what's going on in our country and what's happening to us and that. But both of them combined together. So I'm kind of be changing my show a little bit, John, and everybody in chat. I'm going to be doing prepping on the side as well as doing these shows that like John and I do as well. I'm going to be doing these as well too, but I'm also going to be doing a lot of the prepping stuff because I've got a lot of equipment and a lot of stuff that I have set up. I have my filtration system and everything that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. My solar panels as well too. The medical equipment that we have, the solar powered lights, flashlights, emergency stuff, food, how to use it, how to store it, all that stuff. So I'm going to go back into doing more of that as well too. I think it's, it fits together with what's going on in our society nowadays, with our government lying to us and about what's going on, and being prepared for anything, anything from a tornado to hurricanes to, smallpox to whatever's out there, for us to be prepared for stuff like this. But it's not easy, guys. It's not easy getting on here and talking with you all and trying to get the information out to everybody. We have a lot of people out there that just don't agree with the stuff that we're doing, and YouTube is one of them that doesn't dig this stuff, and because we're trying to get prepared for it.
Hey, let me grab my dog real quick. I'll be right back.
No problem. That's exactly Natural Born. That's what we've done: beans, rice, peanut butter, water, wet wipes. Cause grown men should never have. Yeah, exactly. Should not have dingleberries. Exactly. Yeah. Captain Crunch, that's bad. All over the New Orleans all day, huh? Them trails, I'm telling you, that's ridiculous. I just don't know what to do, guys, anymore out there. I really don't know what to say to people anymore in regards to what they should do and how they should get prepared. But everybody's got to get out. Everybody's got to learn, take classes, do whatever you have to do. Prepare your home in case of emergencies. It's not easy. I know it's not easy. We've been doing this for years, my wife and I. We've been doing, with the solar panels. Everybody's like, well, you got cameras all over your property. Yeah, because I got cameras on my property because I won't work at a property anywhere unless I have cameras on the property. And the camera system that I have, 8 cameras, owners didn't buy them. My wife and I did. So it doesn't matter. I have to be able to see who's coming, who's going, and that's for the protection of my tenants as well. But the main reason why I got them in that is for the protection of my wife and I. In case something does happen, we could see who's coming around in that. I've got wood out there that I can cover up my doors and windows and everything if I need to in that. I got plastics, for chemicals, anything to go over my windows and stuff. I mean, we've got so much stuff. And then, of course, we got our backpacks, our bug out bags as well, too. So, and, filtration system, like I said, water, food in Mylar bags and 5-gallon containers in that. So, we got a lot of ways to be able to protect ourselves. I've got lights in my home in that. If we lose power, I can just throw a switch on and I've got lights, which is really good, nice. But unfortunately, if something does happen like that in the United States, where I have to use all this equipment to protect my family and that, people are going to know simply because they're going to see there's lights coming out from your house, things like that. So, but the thing is I'm going to do what I need to do to protect my family. I just pulled out one of my shotguns in that, take a look at it, see how clean it is, make sure it's in good working condition as well as my pistols as well too, just to make sure. But we've got to be prepared, guys, because if this thing does come to the United States big time, right now it's a scare. In the United States, it's kind of a scary situation. We don't know how this is going to change, but I know it's going to get worse before it gets better. And for the simple reason is like I was saying a while ago, we have all those people that were on that plane with that guy coming from China back to Seattle. What happened to all those people? What happened to all those people that were on the plane that came in Chicago with that person that was sick? Where are all those people?
Exactly.
And then on top of that, we hear that there's 63 more possibilities of people that have the coronavirus as well in the United States. So, it's one of those situations you've got to be prepared just in case. You may not have to use any of your supplies or anything, but at least you'll have it just in case, guys. That's the point that John and I are here saying in that. You've got to be aware what's happening.
Well, check this out. And hello, Father versus Son 101. But do you remember when they started saying, steaks that are cooked or where they got char on it or whatever, the char is bad for you, it's a cancer agent and blah, 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 and burnt toast. And I think that was disinformation because think about it. It's charcoal filters. How could it be a carcinogen? You see what I'm saying? So I think they're trying to make people stop getting their natural intake of carbon to filter out their bodies.
Right. Why do plants thrive when you take ash from your fireplace and that and spread ash around your plants and that? Come on, we're not stupid. Come on, people. It's a perfect example of what John Boy's saying. Charcoal, when it burns down in that, is ash as well too. The plants thrive on that stuff as well too. People put in their gardens and that to help their plants grow. It's all natural in that. But now again, the plants, the trees that are in the forest are sucking in all this freaking crap that's coming from the plains on us. Could be filtering right into our plants.
Well, that's why I can't find burnable wood in the woods anymore because stuff has been soaking this stuff up for decades.
Yeah.
I mean, you can definitely see it. You get a log that big around and, I'm disappearing. And you can see a discoloration from the bark to the inside in some trees, and then sometimes it's from the center out.
Right.
Just depends on the tree.
Right. Well, Jabel 7 just said, I heard a doctor in China has died from this virus. A doctor. See?
Huh.
It's not under control. They've already estimated over, that lady on that video said over 100,000 people, right, John?
Yeah.
100,000 people, guys.
Well, you know what this reminds me of, and I can't think of the chemical they use, but it's, you know, a man-made chemical for, you know, chem warfare. It's what it does. It sits there and gets in you, and basically you drown in your own fluids.
Yeah.
And this kind of sounds like that.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I got my invisible cloak on.
Yeah, no.
I'm freezing, man.
But yeah, John, it's sad that we're having to live in these times. When I was younger in that, it wasn't so bad. But now it's just it's every day. Push out the negative. Push out the negative. Push out the negative. Push out the negative to us.
The only thing we worried about when I was a kid is if Russia, back then it was called the Soviet Union, was going to shoot their missiles. That's all we worried about as a kid.
Yeah.
Now,
oh shoot, not me. My biggest worry was my biggest worry was when that sun went down, I better make sure my ass is in the house. You know, but that's what I'm saying. Even from that point of view, you know, the parents don't even bring their kids in and pay attention to their kids or nothing. Don't even teach their kids rights from wrongs anymore. But of course, the parents were taught the wrong way as well too. Yeah. But it's going to be continuously going on. I know it's sad, though, Will. It is. As a kid in the 70s, yeah, I never dreamed I'd grow up to see the world like this. Neither did I.
9/11 was the kicker for the agenda.
Yep, it was.
That's when they put us in slick martial law, man.
Yep.
I mean, people don't know it.
People don't realize what that law did to us, the Patriot Act. Yep. The Patriot Act made us slaves. Completely, guys.
It took away our privacies.
Yep. We're screwed. We're screwed, guys. And the thing is what are we going to do about it? Are we going to sit back? Are we going to just sit back and take it?
What we got to do is survive, and then when everything's over with, try to flourish.
If we can.
But that's the deal. I mean, I've been coughing, you know, off and on like this for over a month now, and it's something in there. I hope I ain't got that. Hey, Skywatcher footage.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense anymore. It doesn't make sense that I mean, it doesn't make sense to the point where anything and everything that you do and say, or where you're at, we're being watched, we're being fed this crap and this lies and everything else. We have no control. We have control. We have control about what we say comes out of our mouth, but we do not have control about what's going on within our own country. We have no control of this at all. And other countries are sticking their nose into our country. You know, the UN, China. You know, all them are. You know, they're trying to make it a world order. You know, one currency kind of situation, one law for everybody. You know. So, and that's what their agendas are by doing this little stuff that they're doing. And I agree with you, John, when you said that, is it a possibility that in Wuhan, China, where this disease originated from, is this a planned situation that came out from their testing facility that they test on all these viruses and everything out there?
Was it accidental or on purpose?
Yeah.
That is my question, because it came from there. I guarantee it.
They said that's where it came from.
Deal with.
Yeah.
That exact virus. I mean,
it's never been here on the earth before, they said.
Right.
If it's never been here on the earth before, why are they already have things set up already for doing testing already for vaccinations and that? And why have they been researching this stuff before this stuff even came out? You see what I'm saying? It was here already, guys. It just got loose because they were already testing this stuff already. They were already trying to figure out this disease already before it was even released out into the communities. So it was here already. It's not coincidental. That's why I keep believing what John is saying. that they already had this, and somehow, accidentally it got out, or on purpose it got out. But the thing is this if you go back and you read the Bill Gates stuff and go back and research the stuff and everything, you'll see how far back they've been working on this stuff. This has already been here. This is not just one of those things that are just now happening. It just popped up. No,
Well, if you look at the link I had in my live stream this morning, not only do you have the coronavirus that's out now, the coronavirus that is SARS, the coronavirus that is MERS, you've got the coronavirus GS2, GS this, BD this, and that.
Right.
I mean, the letters. There's over 2 handfuls of the coronavirus.
Right.
It's all man-made.
Right. And now they're saying, now, guys, this is the biggest worry right now, is the mutation of it now that it's out in public. That's their biggest concern that they're saying.
It'll start adapting.
Yeah, of course. It always does.
If it's some sort of organic bot that adapts. I mean, right now they got AI technologies that can self-repair, self-replicate.
Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed, they can. They can. But the thing is it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until they get their Agenda 21, Agenda 30. That's not going to stop, guys. I'm sorry to say, but we're screwed. And that's what it comes down to. We're screwed. The only thing that we can do is voice our opinions and our views. That's all we can do. Because we have no access to go in there and stop any the CDC or any of these companies from making these viruses and keeping them in check. Why the hell are they doing that stuff? That's even like the Atlanta, up by Atlanta, when they had the explosion that had like the viruses in there and that.
Oh yeah.
Come on. Why would they keep the smallpox there if it's been eradicated from the earth?
Right.
Why would they keep it there? Come on. It's called warfare. Biological warfare. And that's what they're pushing on us right now. And that's what I believe myself is what they're doing. I agree with you 100% on that. We are being attacked in each and every way of our life. No matter what it is, you are being attacked. You are being controlled. You are being watched. There is no escape from this, guys, and that's the problem. But, hey, I'm just one person. John's just one person in that. We need millions upon millions of people to wake up and say, we're not going to take this no more. And that's the only way it's going to stop. That's the way. Before that to happen, there'd be a lot of bloodshed. And that's the part that nobody wants to deal with. Nobody wants to have to deal with that.
I was up in Jackson just to get prepared a little more. If I got to do any kind of hunting and I need to be quiet, I got me a little slingshot. Right? I'm serious. I mean, it's going to take whatever it takes to survive. And I was like, you know what? I better get this slingshot now. I've been thinking about getting it for 2 years and I haven't done it.
Yeah. Give me 1 second, John. I got to yell at my wife real quick. Just give me 1 sec.
Be nice.
I'm always nice.
But yeah, people, it's crazy. And I just don't know how to, I mean, I'm not trying to cause fear or anything, but man, we need to be aware of what's going on and protect ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a group of people, but we're
yeah,
not
but John,
the physical group of people,
Right. But John, the thing is this. In order to get these people awake, we're going to have to make them fear something.
Well,
that's the problem.
I mean, not this show, but what's really going on. If that doesn't make people start opening up their eyes, I don't know what will.
Right. Well, I just had my lady grab me my toy that I keep right next to my coffee table. And this is one of them.
There you go.
This is one of them. Yep.
That's the old zombie blaster there.
Yeah, this is a Maverick 88 is what it is. This will hold 8. It'll have 7 in the barrel and 1 in the chamber. It'll hold that many in it, which I really like a lot. It's not loaded. You can tell. Nothing there. Not loaded at all. But this is in case of emergency situation for home defense. Now,
Hey.
if I need to get out and go do some hunting or something, that barrel comes off, and this barrel goes on.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So it's a 12 gauge. It'll shoot the what is it? What is it? A half and the 2/3. It'll shoot. But yeah, and I've got that, and then plus, I got a few other little things that I need that I have. But you've got to be prepared for the stuff. You've got to realize that the only one that's going to protect you and your family is you. You're responsible for your families.
Did you ever figure out if you were able to purchase that automatic shotgun?
I looked into it and I can't.
Man, this guy over in Russia had a
FS. What's his name?
Automatic shotgun that had hardly any recoil.
Oh yeah, one arm, and it's bam, bam, bam with a shotgun. Hardly any recoil on it. What is his name? FS.
He stuck it in that 55-gallon drum of water, showing how durable it was. Pulled it right out of that barrel of water and started shooting it one-handed. Boom, boom.
FF Russia. That's his name. Isn't that what his name is? FF Russia?
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's FF Russia. He's got a good show. He does a lot of things about weapons and that and what they can do and that. But yeah, I even got a flamethrower, John.
Really?
Yeah. I modified my, the torch that you have on top of the roof that you use for the roofing to put down the rolls of tile up there.
Okay, yeah.
I modified that. So yeah, my wife looks at me like, Johnny, you're crazy. You're crazy.
Well, Elon Musk sells them.
No, I'm going to be prepared. I'm serious. I have things that I need to have in case of emergency. I'm not going to be left just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, and then something happens. And this is what we and John have been trying to do is get people to wake up. Well, just like we're saying, geoengineering is man-made, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What we're seeing, the plane farts, that's man-made, right?
Well, climate change is man-made.
That's what
geoengineering.
That's exactly right. That's what I was trying to get to. Is what exactly what they're doing.
The planet is warming, and they're acting like we're going through climate change. But our planet is not warming, and the climate change is due to these airplanes spraying up there.
I know.
They're tricking the people.
Yeah, exactly. Your food, geoengineering. Your water, same thing. I mean, they're doing it to they're doing it to us.
The airwaves are now geoengineered with 5G. I mean, come on. They're engineering our bodies with frequencies. They can change our cell structures with this 5G.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, y'all.
I know but it's ridiculous. You can't survive in this world anymore and not land up with some kind of disease. There ain't no way possible, guys. There ain't no way possible. But until everybody wakes up and that light bulb goes off on the top of their head, until that happens, we're just going to have to sit back and just wait and see what's going to happen, because we have no control over what's going on right now. We can't control.
I've got a spaceship that I'm going to go on.
I know the same guy. I need to talk to him about that too.
Let me step in here in a few seconds, and
there you go.
There it is, y'all. I'm in my spaceship.
So that transporter's working really good then.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it is.
No.
Beam me back down to earth, Scotty.
That's it.
I'm going.
I know. But the thing is what are we going to do? We can come out here and we could say as much as we want to say about this stuff, and we could tell the people what's happening in our own countries and what's happening outside of our own country, but we have no control. We have no more say. We have no more rights, guys.
At this point, there's nothing else we can do except for worry about your family and yourselves. I mean, it's down to that. If you haven't gotten ready, you better be ready.
That's it.
Because we don't have many months. I wouldn't even, I was saying we got this year, but less than this year.
Yeah, you're right.
I felt like 3 months, but now it looks like we might not have a month left before the crap hits the fan.
Right, and you've been talking about this for this year. I remember you talked about it, saying you're thinking by the end of this year we're going to be in the shit hits the fan scenario, and
we'll get out winter.
Yeah, and right now, and the best time for them to attack on people in the United States is winter.
Yeah,
winter time, guys.
But man, I woke up that morning and it's like everything had changed. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it was, but I had this feeling. I was like, oh shoot, we got less than a year. I mean, Agenda 21 is 2021.
Right.
They're going to have this done way before 2021 gets here.
Right. And I got another issue I got to bring up real quick, John. And this is on the religious part of it. I shouldn't say everybody, but most people that I talk to that believe in God say, oh, they're going to leave it in God's hands. I'm like, what?
God tells you to be prepared.
Exactly. But these are the people that are out there preaching this stuff to their people, to the congregation and that. It's like, what are you doing?
I mean, that goes back to that. I mean, it was in the Bible about the ant and the grasshopper. Grasshopper's laughing at the ant for storing up food during the summertime. And the grasshopper's sitting there eating all that crop and stuff. He's like, you're wasting your time. You should be enjoying all this. Then winter came up. And that grasshopper got to knocking on the ant's door, and the ant's like, I'm not letting you in. You'll eat up everything I stored.
That's it. So what about the guys that the father gave him the money in that, and he told them to use it wisely in that, and they all went out and they spent their money and what they wanted and everything, but the last person is the one that actually did something with his money to make more money to keep on growing and doing what it needs to do. That's what God was talking about, preparing yourself
actually
and getting ready for this stuff.
First two did something with it, and the last one buried the money and saved it and then brought it back, and he didn't make that money fruitful. He was looked down upon.
Yeah, but the thing is they took the money and they used it and stuff. But that's what they were talking about. When God gives you something, and that, use it wisely and do what you need to do. Prepare yourself in that. Just like the women that were waiting for him to come. Remember? They were waiting for him to come in that, and they missed it because they weren't prepared and ready for the Father.
Yeah.
See, and that's what he's talking about. It's not just leave everything in God's hands.
Well, was that not the one where they didn't have the oil for their lamps?
Yep.
Yeah. They needed to be prepared.
Yeah. And see, and that's the thing that I'm saying is people, you're getting misinformed. I'm not perfect on what the Bible says. By all means, you can hear what we're saying here. I'm not perfect on any of this stuff. But the thing is even God says for you to get ready and prepared and stuff and everything. Take care of your families. Do what's right to make sure everything's good in your homes and that. But the people don't want to live like that. They want to pick and choose what God has to say in that instead of giving the real truth, just like our government, just giving us half truths. Government and religion are not separated anymore. They're together.
Well, a lot of people think they'll be saved by the rapture.
Well, yeah.
But guess what? The rapture isn't until after Christ comes back.
And this is the problem.
Christ ain't back yet, and this is getting bad, people.
Well, people just don't seem to realize what's happening in this world. They're not paying attention to what's happening, and they're not getting prepared for what's going on. Well, my wife and I, part of the reason why I wanted to get a camper in that is I wanted to use it and utilize it if I have to get out of here, At the same time, too, I'm looking at a boat in case of emergency, I can get a boat, John, I'm always thinking about this stuff. I'm always trying to prepare for something that may happen or may not happen. You know what I'm saying? I want to be prepared any way I can. It may cost me in the end. I may buy all this stuff and everything and get the stuff that I need to have, and I may never use it. But I'd rather have it and not use it than have to worry about something that may happen to us.
Exactly.
But people are afraid. People are afraid, and they don't know what to do. I've even had, like I said, I've even had people tell me, well, I can't do anything because, you know, if I get out in the streets or anything like that, you know, I have to make sure my family's safe. Well, of course you do. But you're using that, your family, as an excuse for you to use your constitutional rights to fight against tyranny in our own governments. Come on. We've got to fight.
But they label people trying to protect the Constitution as extremists.
Yeah, exactly.
Or supremacists.
And us doing what we're doing here, we've been told we're deplorables because, you know, that's what they want to do. And we also be called domestic terrorists because of what we're doing here now on YouTube, talking about this stuff. You know, if you're afraid, go ahead, John.
Well, when was that? 2014, when they took that bill away, saying that now they can, you know, feed the American public propaganda and lies.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They can use propaganda to lie to us. They can use propaganda, and they signed it, and they agreed.
Well, look what they did, saying that was a Turkish attack on the whatever, and it was actually the finale at a gun show in Kentucky.
Yep. Yep. I know it's nuts. I got to get out of the city, dude. I've got to get out of the city.
Yeah, I've been out for a while.
I'm less than 2 miles away from Denver. Yeah, dude, that's how close I am. If they dropped a nuke in Denver, I get it. You know, yeah. That's how bad it is. But people don't seem to realize what's going on and what's happening in our world. They're not paying attention to what needs to be taken care of. There you go, DeVille. I have some good pack mules and head for the mountains. That's it. That's it. And my land is up in the mountains. I have 5 acres of land up there, and they changed the laws on us out there from what I can build on my own land. 5 acres. I'm so depressed about that. It's unbelievable.
Build underground.
You can't do anything. I can't do anything. I can't even go and check this out. I can't even go on my land and stay on my land for a couple of days without having a permit on my own land.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Ron. You know, they changed all the zoning rules and everything out there on us. I can't build what I want to build. So I got 5 acres of land that's been sitting out there for the last 4 years, and I can't do nothing with it. I could build a house. That's all. I can't have any animals on my land. You know, I can't do anything that I want to do on my land. I'm like, what kind of shit is this? But that's the reality in the world now.
Communism.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Communism. Exactly.
Well, shoot, last stand. I am about to freeze to death out here.
I understand.
So, we got any final words for anybody? I mean, I hate to cut it down, but man, I'm about to freeze.
I know what that's like. All I got to say is, guys, protect your family. Get some masks and have them ready. And I digress.
Get medical supplies. Get Band-Aids, triple ointment, hydrogen peroxide, alcohol.
Exactly. You know, a lot of Lysol spray, a lot of hand sanitizers and stuff like that. Get some of that stuff and have it ready just in case. But my suggestion to everybody out there is start wearing your mask now. Do not go out in public without wearing them now, because you don't know if you're going to be the next person that gets hit with this. So do it for yourself, because if you out there and you get in contact with this virus and you bring it home, you're infecting your whole family. What good is it for you to protect your family if everybody's sick and dying? You won't be worth anything. So, you know, get the mask at least, guys. At least get the mask to help yourselves.
And wash your hands, and
that's it.
Just thank germs. Thank germs.
All right. And stay away from big crowds. Do not go in any restaurants. Do not go to Walmart. Do not go, to the Super Bowl and Super Bowl parties or anything right now. Stay safe. Think about your family before you think about the sports and going out and having fun. Because if you're sick and you're dying in that, your family ain't going to have no fun. All right, guys. John, thanks for allowing me to come on your show. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on.
Oh, no problem. Anytime, bro. Anytime.
And thank everybody for watching. And thanks for showing up. Hit that thumbs up on your way out.
That's it. That's it. Yep. I think we got what what is that? 18 thumbs up right now.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, I haven't refreshed that page, so it might be more. Let me try it run real quick just to see.
I see 19, but
I see. Yeah, I just see 19 now too. Oh, now it went back to 18. Oh, no, it's 20. All right, cool. All right, guys in chat, thank you. I appreciate you guys coming to listen to this old man yammer about the shit that's going on in the world.
And this old hillbilly.
All right, John. Thanks, bro.
We'll see all y'all later.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right.